With the Eagles reporting to training camp just 1 week from today, there are new rumors suggesting Jalen Carter has slimmed down and looks like he's in the best shape possible heading into training camp. Also, Dak Prescott guarantees he won't throw more than 10 interceptions this year. I'm Thomas Mott. This is the Thomas Mott Show. What's up, guys? Thomas Mott here. Welcome to the Thomas Mott Show on a Tuesday. 1 week till Philadelphia reports to training camp. Let's start with the other teams that's reported today as training camp season is officially upon us. Bills, Chiefs, Chargers, Dolphins, Falcons, Giants, Saints, and Ravens have all officially sent their rookies to training camp. They will report first, followed by, obviously, veterans coming in a little bit later. The Eagles report on the 25th, and so they have a little bit more time for getting ready, but it looks like you're getting a lot of teams starting off today, meaning we've officially come back to football season. Thumbs up, you made it through the offseason. The big question for today's reportees, the Giants not signing Saquon Barkley. They did not get him to a long-term deal. He will hold out himself. Josh Jacobs, it's going to be a very interesting next couple of weeks and months for those football teams who really need him. I mean, Josh Jacobs was one of the best players in the league last year from a running back standpoint, and Saquon is the Giants' entire offense. And with both of them not reporting and possibly sitting out for games, those could be some big things that impact not just the Philadelphia Eagles because of the Giants, but the National Football League as a whole. Over here to the funniest story of the day, and that has to be Dak Prescott, who, when asked about interceptions through a career high last year, he said, quote, "I won't have 10 interceptions this year." Okay, all right, knock on wood, freezing cold takes, whatever you want to call it. No, come on. Do you really think Dak's going to have less than 10 interceptions? Let me just say this. If he has less than 10 interceptions this year, the Cowboys are winning the NFC East, and they might make it further in the playoffs than they ever have. Now, I say that not believing it, because Dak Prescott, that's kind of what he does. That's his MO the past couple of seasons. This last year, turnover machine. He's going to throw picks. If he throws more than 10, Dallas will continue to not win enough games in order to win the division, win the NFC East, have home field advantage in the playoffs, and go to a Super Bowl. So I highly doubt that this is likely. Give me your thoughts on how many picks Dak Prescott will throw. He's going to throw multiple against Philadelphia. That's basically a guarantee. 10, it's a very bold prediction, and when he gets to that 10 mark, you know the tweets are going to come out absolutely ripping this guy, which honestly will be kind of fun to watch. So thank you very much, Dak Prescott. Okay, Jalen Carter, he has slimmed down. Now, do we know for a fact if he's 5 pounds lighter, 10 pounds lighter, 30 pounds lighter? I don't know, but the pictures that are being revealed of this guy make it look like he's slimmed down. Now, there are cameras that have different angles, and different angles when taking a picture can make you look slim, can make you look fatter, make you look wider. You have a wife or girlfriend, you know how this works. No, take it again. This was the wrong angle. Do it better. But this picture right here alone looks like Jalen Carter is in better shape. I mean, he looks like he's definitely thinned down. And the crazy comparison is when you go back to his UGA Pro Day, look at this picture right here. That is not the same man in terms of overall weight, size, and athleticism. Now, again, we talk about the idea of throwing the combine or throwing his NFL draft day just to make sure that throwing his pro day just to make sure he could fall to Philadelphia. Whether that's true or not, who knows? But he definitely has slimmed down according to reports and according to these pictures. And that, again, assures us that the fact that Jalen Carter is all in for Philadelphia. And I've been saying this all offseason long. Sure, the 2 lawsuits have popped up against him, but that's not Jalen Carter getting his name into the news on purpose. That's from what happened at UGA, kind of carrying along and being, a ghost in his closet or a skeleton in his closet. He's not done anything this offseason that would warrant him having any sort of bad press. All we see is him working out. All we see is him slimming down, and it looks like he's in the best shape possible before the training camp just a week from today, and I expect big things from Jalen Carter going forward for Philadelphia. There are a couple people on ESPN who've been talking about the fact that maybe this roster is better than the Eagles, that roster is better than the Eagles, because we don't know what Jalen Carter is going to be, and while Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith are still both an unknown, I think we know pretty well that we're getting a pretty good Jalen Carter, and the fact that he's motivated, staying in shape, and in the best conditioning he can possibly be in is very, very good news for Philadelphia, and I feel confident he's going to be a very big force to reckon, and something we talk about a lot, especially early on at training camp, as someone who's been breaking out against some of the starting offensive linemen. Over here to the Madden Rankings, they slowly release the Madden Rankings, which is kind of dumb. I mean, most of us don't care where you're ranked in Madden. I know the NFL players kind of do a little bit, but the Madden Rankings always have some terrible, terrible ratings, and the wide receiver group is no different. Justin Jefferson is your only 99. Tyreek Hill's a 98. Devontae Adams is a 97. Diggs, 96. Cooper Kupp, 96. Jamar Chase, 94. DeAndre Hopkins is a 93. Terry McLaurin's a 92. And then A.J. Brown is a 91. Same ratings as Amari Cooper. Does anyone out there think that DeAndre Hopkins, Terry McLaurin, and Amari Cooper are as good or better than A.J. Brown? Anybody? I mean, seriously? D-Hop has not been himself for a while. Now, he can change that in Tennessee, but will he with Malik Willis or, Will Levis or Ryan Tannehill throwing the football? I'm not sure. He's definitely better than Amari Cooper, at least based on last year, and I think he's better than Terry McLaurin as well. Maybe not in the speed category, although it's very darn close. Now, Jamar Chase is an argument, sure. Cooper Kupp, Diggs, Adams. The rest of these receivers, you can make an argument, right? Sure, you take Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, they're probably better, but I would still put A.J. Brown, based off of last year, at least at a 94. The Jamar Chase and Brown comparison, it's not night and day. Jamar Chase is not eons better, not 3 Madden points better than A.J. Brown. The other crazy thing is, where is Devontae Smith on this list? That means he's at least a 90, or at best a 90, but most likely down into the 80s, which is, it's ridiculous. So, again, does this matter? No, because we have real football to talk about coming up a week from today, meaning we can stop with all the dumb ratings and dumb rankings and all the stupid things that happened during the offseason. But you got to at least look at this list and go, all right, 91 for a guy who was probably a top 3 receiver in the league this past year. Okay, Madden, whatever. Madden has biases, right? If the guy who makes the ratings for the wide receivers is a Cowboy fan, he's not going to put A.J. Brown that high. It's just the way it rolls, just the way it is. Okay, final story here. I thought this was pretty funny. Eagles Central throw out the which Eagles trio would you rather have? This was a very interesting Twitter post that got a ton of comments. Look at that. 500,000 views on this Twitter post. Pick your trio. Vic, Jackson, Jeremy Maclin, Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. I looked through most of the comments. I couldn't find a comment that picked the top trio. And I think these 3, Vic, Jackson, Maclin, my childhood, these are the best 3 in terms of wide receiver and quarterback combinations. But we would all take Hurts, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Smith. All of us, every single one, because Jalen Hurts is better than Michael Vick. Even though Michael Vick was a great runner and learned to pass in the Andy Reid system, we'd still take Hurts. And most of us would take Brown and Devontae Smith over Maclin and Jackson. Jackson was great, but the distractions that he obviously applied, whether warranted or not. And Maclin was good, but he wasn't an A-plus receiver, right? He was more of a B-plus number 2 receiver, whereas Devontae Smith seemingly is going to be an A-plus receiver this year. So I would take the bottom trio. I think most of you would take the bottom trio, but I'm very curious to see if anyone would take the top trio over Hurts, Brown, and Smith. Now, sure, got to do it for longer, but it's not like Vic did it for very long when in Philadelphia. He did eventually get benched, albeit in Chip Kelly's system, to Nick Foles. And so, it's not like he's been doing it for 5 to 10 to 7 years in the Philadelphia system. Hurts just done it for 1.5. You can count 2 years ago, making it to the playoffs against the Bucs. But still, I would take the bottom trio. Give me your thoughts on this. Let me know down below in the comments section. Okay, we are, again, a week away from training camp, which means training camp news is going to really start ramping up here very, very quickly. So if you like that sort of thing, we're doing a lot of training camp shows, a lot more live shows, I believe. Make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button. Plenty of news going on, and anything that happens to Philadelphia or the National Football League, this is your one-stop shop. So we just hit 14,000 subs. I really appreciate that. I think 15,000 is not too far off. Be sure to check out the shorts going down, hit the notification bell, and be subscribed for plenty more content happening next couple of weeks. I'm Thomas Mott. This has been the Thomas Mott Show.